morning, everyone. Welcome to Environmental Coffee House. I am Sandy Shallis, and it's good to see you all. I've had a bit of problem this morning. My computer crashed twice as I was trying to fix this, and I have not been able to fix some of the things, but we have a good show, and welcome to everyone. It's good to see you all. TCR, yes, we are live, and we are live. So today I titled it, and I should really find my title, let me see if I can find it, and we can talk about why I titled it like I titled, probably because of my moods being shitty. Existence is fragile, and I'm gonna turn this down. I want to read it to you. Why did I write this? Talking about the nature of existence, our existence, here, now, today. Human nature is a concept that denotes the fundamental dispositions and characteristics, including ways that we think, that we feel, and we act, that humans are said to have naturally. We do it naturally. The term is often used to denote the essence of humankind, or what it means to be human. Now, I thought in light of COP26, it could be a valuable discussion for this. All right. What do we want? I mean, basically, most people want business as usual. They want things to be okay. They just want tomorrow to be like today was. But humanity is vulnerable, and you're vulnerable. I'm vulnerable. We're all vulnerable. And that's what I wanted to start with. Talking about us, our fragility, our vulnerability. And I came up with a little bit of John McTaggart. He's got the nature of existence, and that's what I was looking for. I didn't have enough time to really get into everything I wanted. I didn't. So, but we're going to start with one of the things that he wrote, and it's reality is an indefinable characteristic of existing things. A characteristic may be a quality of an existing thing or relation between existing things. There is no characteristic or possibility that does not exist. Characteristics of existing things cannot be real without existing, and cannot exist without being real. So are we real? Am I real? Is my mic real? Are we real? Whatever exists must have some quality besides existence. A quality may be a simple quality, a compound quality, or a complex quality. A simple quality is indefinable and unanalyzable. That's what he said. A compound quality may be defined and analyzed into an aggregate or other qualities. A complex quality is not an aggregate of qualities, but can be analyzed and defined by the means of characteristics such as qualities or relations. It's pretty heavy stuff, guys. There's a lot here. There's a lot here that I got out, and I'm not, of course, going to read everything about this. I'm just not. An exclusive common quality is a common quality which belongs to a group of substances but not belong to all substances. This is heavy stuff. Each part of the universe in some way reflects the whole universe. The universe is a self-reflecting unity. Now, there are people that are going to talk to me about quantum physics and want me to learn. And Jin wants me to learn. And it's not easy to learn And I watch videos and I try my hardest. But I just thought it was something, just understanding that existence is tough. Existence probably has really never been easy for for human beings. It's never been. Now my mask edges. My camera's showing my my little laptop here because I had to put an ice pack under it. Isn't that funny? I turn off the fan, I put an ice pack under it, and then you could see it. All right, I fixed it because it gets hot, and I still haven't fixed the fan. Yes, Bila. Hello, everybody. Let me say hi more to Karen and Nostradamus and Bila and Warren and Jean. Yes, we are mostly made of other organisms. Well, we are here, and I do have a good show. So we started out with John McTaggart's The Nature of Existence, and there's so much more. But what got me thinking of all this is that, you know, we're here, and what is the meaning of life? And everybody's always wanting to know, what is the meaning of life? What does it mean to us? And when I thought about COP26 and how they're talking about the meaning of the planetary life, that we are going to not have a life. We're going to go extinct. If, and they keep saying if the 1.5, if we don't stay, if we don't do these things, if, and the money and all of it. So I'm going to start with an article. I didn't even look at Facebook. If anybody's here from Facebook, go ahead and share. I've got an article from The Atlantic, and it kind of made it simple when I was thinking, yeah, okay, I have to add this. Life is a mystery that can never be solved, silly humans. I understand. But let's get down to this one article I have. And I thought it's a simple article. And it's called The Meaning of Life is Surprisingly Simple. And it is it's in, I'm going to take me down. All right, let's go for it. Let's look at this article. And let's see if this makes any kind of meaning to us, to making our lives simple. The meaning of life, that you can make your quest for meaning manageable by breaking it down into 3 bite-sized dimensions. What do you think of that, guys? 3. And hi, Tina, and hi, Scott. 3 bite-size. How to Build a Life. It's a weekly column by Arthur Brooks, tackling questions of meaning and happiness. So there's a shout out to him. And want to live in a directed, resolute way? Do you? Do you want to live in a directed, resolute way? To always know why you're doing what you're doing? There's a simple way to make your dreams come true. Go find the meaning of life. People who believe that they know their life's meaning enjoy greater well-being than those who don't. One 2019 study found that agreeing with the statement, "I have a philosophy of life that helps me understand who I am," was associated with fewer symptoms of depression and a higher positive affect. Let me just do something here. A higher positive affect. Lucky if you were born already knowing what the meaning of life is. For the rest of us, the search can be difficult and frustrating. Philosophy is often unhelpful, offering abstract ideas such as Aristotle's human function or Kant's highest good that are hard to comprehend, let alone put into action. throwing up your hands and concluding that the question of meaning of life is simply unanswerable, by you at least, is the easy response. But you can make your quest for meaning manageable by breaking it down into 3 bite-sized dimensions and then considering each one in turn. Many psychologists call the meaning, your life's meaning, presence. And then the drive to look for it, a search. They are not mutually exclusive. You might not, or you might search, whether you already have a sense of meaning or not. Some people low in presence don't bother searching. They are stuck. Some are high in presence, but they keep searching. We call them seekers. Presence is highly correlated with well-being. But search seems to have no bearing on it. And pondering your meaning in life too much could even lead you to dissatisfaction. Consider how the paradox of choice leaves people unsatisfied when they're given too many options in consumer items, or in love for that matter. A 2009 study in the journal Cyber Psychology and Behavior tells a whole story in its title. More options lead to more searching and worse choices in finding partners for romantic relationships online, which I have to say, there's no way I would ever. Nope. Do it online. Yeah. But then again, there's others that do. And they found love. Okay, so through no study I have seen has specifically examined the issue, we can guess that peripatetic meaning seekers would suffer in a similar way. So if you haven't found a sense of meaning at all, how do you go about searching for it without searching too much? The answer is to take a sprawling philosophical question and make it manageable. You can do this most effectively without too much obsessing by assessing your life along 3 dimensions, which the psychologists Frank Martella and Michael F. Steger defined in the Journal of Positive Psychology in 2016. So here they are. These are the 3 of them. And I'm going to coherence. How things fit together. This is the understanding that things happen in your life for a reason. That doesn't necessarily mean that you can fit new developments into your narrative the moment they happen, but you usually are able to do so afterward. So you have faith that you eventually will. And then there's purpose, the existence of goals and aims. This is the belief that you are alive in order to do something. Think of purpose as your personal mission statement, such as, well, the purpose of my life is to share the secrets to happiness, or I'm here to spread love abundantly. Significance. Life's inherent value. This is the sense that your life matters. If you have high levels of significance, you're confident that the world would be a tiny bit, or perhaps a lot poorer if you didn't exist. You could think of these 3 dimensions as micronutrients or macronutrients, the elements that we need for a balanced and healthy sense of meaning in life. They might already be part of your spiritual diet. For example, Christians believe that life is significant because God loves us, and that our purpose is to love and serve God. Serve God. Nobody else. And that God has a coherent plan for our lives, whether it is clear to us or not. Balancing your macronutrients doesn't require traditional religion. No. Many secular and even atheist philosophies offer a way to cultivate them as well, focusing on ethical and moral behavior. To begin the process of discovering the meaning in life, or to adjust a search that's gone slightly off course, this author recommends these three. Now, your diet. If you told me you had just changed your eating habits and weren't feeling well, I would ask about your macronutrient profile, whether you consume enough fats, protein, carbohydrates, and in the right balance. Similarly, a sense that your life lacks meaning should provoke the question whether you have a deficit in coherence, purpose, or significance. Ask yourself these questions. Do you feel out of control? Tossed about in life without rhyme or reason? If so, you need a better grasp on coherence. Do you lack big plans, dreams, or ideas for your future that excite you? This is a purpose issue. Do you feel like it wouldn't matter if you disappeared? Like the world would be no worse, maybe better if you did? Now that's a problem of significance. Search in the forest. Search in the forest. If you find a deficit in a particular area of meaning, search for it in a productive way. Fortunately, you don't have to figure out how to do it on your own. Philosophical and religious traditions have been doing exactly that for millennia. One of the best organized strategies comes from Hinduism's concept of the ashramas, or the 4 stages of balanced life. The third is Vanashpratha, literally retiring to the forest in Sanskrit, which ideally begins at about age 50 and entails stepping back from day-to-day demands to focus more on life's deep meaning through reflection, meditation, and study. You can do a version of this at any stage of life by dedicating each day to this search. For some, this means meditation or prayer. For others, it requires the study of texts or working with masters. It might even involve therapy. But you have to approach it as you would any other important goal, by doing the work. Make sure you don't search too hard. Your quest for meaning will be counterproductive if it hinders your happiness. To make sure you're in the Goldilocks zone, you can take a survey that tells you your levels of presence and search and compare your score with others on the website of the University of Pennsylvania's Authentic Happiness Program. If you find that your presence is all right, but that you are a hyperactive seeker, this is a signal to enjoy the sources of meaning you already have, as opposed to constantly looking for new ones. In this situation, I sometimes offer what I call the Dorothy strategy, based on Dorothy's famous line from The Wizard of Oz. If I ever go looking for my heart's desire again, I won't look any further than my own backyard. Because if it isn't there, I never really lost it to begin with. If you feel lost in your search for meaning, cut yourself some slack and go back to the basics. All of this advice relies on one very strong assumption: that life actually has meaning. Not everyone agrees with this. Some have built entire schools of thought on the assumption that life is inherently meaningless and that we can be truly free only when we embrace this truth. If we believe in nothing, if nothing has any meaning, and if we can affirm no values whatsoever, the philosopher Albert Camus wrote in The Rebel, then everything is possible and nothing has any importance. Each of us has to decide whether we believe this is true. I cannot say for certain. It is, as we say in my business, an untestable hypothesis. The paradox of the untestable hypothesis is that even if we seek, we can never be sure that we have found what is real and true. But one thing is certain: we will not find anything unless we look. And that was Arthur Brooks, a contributing writer to this magazine, The Atlantic. Oops. And I liked it. And I thought, you know what? It was good and it was simple and it was helpful, you know. Think about it, you know, search in the forest. You have a deficit of meaning. Now, I know for me, I'm always looking for more meaning. I'm always looking. I reinvent myself. I don't know, maybe I searched too hard. How about you guys? Let's see. Is anybody here interested in a comment on this? Well, let's see. Isn't the appreciation of beauty and love meaning enough? Yes, it could be. It could be. Sitting outside, the picture behind me is our first little snow. And that's cool. Hi, Jonquil Jones. My one and only upload to YouTube is all you need to know about the meaning of life. We'll have to go look at that. Human love, it would help if he stopped slurring and falling asleep. Hi, Vegematic. Hello. And I think I saw score your presence soon to be 0. Yeah. Well, it is when you stop looking for meaning, you will experience it. I already know the meaning of my life. The meaning of my life has always been to help others or educate others or help animals. Pretty much, I think I'm a giver. It's obvious in what I'm going through now, which I don't want to talk about too much. What I'm going through now in my life is difficult. You know, I've been going through difficulty for the last 4 years, so nothing's new to me. Lawyers. I am not bounded by flesh and bone. I'm part of the matrix of existence of this planet, inextricably woven into its web of cause and effect. I am totally reliant upon its intricate fragility, and as with all fragile things, I'll treat it with care. And that was author Edwin Page. Yep. And what does fragile mean? If you describe a situation as fragile, you mean that's weak or uncertain and unlikely to be able to resist strong pressure or attack. I don't think the planet is fragile. I think we've made it fragile. I do. Something that is fragile is easily broken or damaged. Are any of us fragile? Do you think that fragile implies such delicacy of structure as to be easily broken and adds to this in the connotation of liability of being broken because of the use to which the thing is put? Think about it. I thought that word was interesting. Now, I want to segue a little bit over to COP26 and things that I've been watching, and I've been trying to watch as much as possible. It's not easy. There's a lot going on. There's many different channels, a lot. But one of the things that got me was the question and answer period. I'm going to play you this one question by this guy at Politico. So we'll segue and segue to this guy. Let's get him going and let's check it out. Oh, I think it's screwed up. Oh, wait. Let me just go back to him. Okay, here we go.
Are you okay for another couple of questions?
Yeah, what time do I need to go?
Let's do a couple more.
We'll do a couple more.
Let's do a couple more.
Gentlemen here,
Yeah.
got your hands up.
Zach Coleman with Politico. Wanted to follow up on some of the finance commitments. A lot of the voluntary frameworks that banks and financial institutions have joined are disparate in some ways in their methodologies, and there's not clear methodologies figured out for what financed emissions mean, what even offsets can be used, and when they can be used. So I'm wondering, do you believe that we have a firm understanding of what net zero means and what these banks have actually committed to? And then secondly, President Biden yesterday said that he believed that China had lost its ability to influence people here at the COP with President Xi not showing up. I'm wondering if you feel the same way.
So I think your first question is about how do you verify whether or not the commitments that are being made at the end of the day are going to deliver net zero. So on the Race to Zero campaign, which I was just talking about, of course, those commitments are analysed. You are required to put science-based targets in, and GFANZ, which was referred to earlier, their members are again required to set science-based near-term targets within 12 to 18 months of joining that particular grouping. And as I understand, around 90 of the founding institutions have already done so. Your issue in terms of China, well, look, I mean, we are having a negotiation and a discussion here, and I think there is an opportunity for us to work together. I don't see this as us trying to be in conflict. This is about us working collectively together to ensure that we can reach agreement at this COP. And I can tell you from all the conversations I've had with governments around the world, the visits that I've done, there is a very clear recognition that climate change doesn't recognize borders, and it does transcend what I would call normal politics. And that's why we've had 120 world leaders come here. And I hope that spirit of cooperation is going to continue over those next 2 weeks.
Okay.
Thanks. Leslie Hook from the Financial Times. 2 quick questions. First, just a very specific one. Did China have the opportunity to join by video link for the world leaders stage? Was that ever an option that was presented, or was it sort of a, did they have that choice, or was it your choice? Second question, tomorrow's Energy Day, and I wonder if you could give us a bit of a preview of what's coming on coal, which of course is your favorite topic. Can you give us a sense of what % of the world's coal fleet might be impacted by the announcements tomorrow, or some sense of the scale? Thank you.
Well, finance is also one of my favorite topics, as you know. Look, I think I don't want to preempt what comes tomorrow at Energy Day. We'll have another press conference, so I'll be happy to come and answer questions on Energy Day. On the issue of countries and leaders participating, we've been very clear and consistent on this issue right from the start, which is that we've said that for participation in the World Leaders Summit, that was always going to be a physical participation. We've had 120 world leaders come. I'm very pleased that they've come, and actually some of them have made a challenging a journey across from their countries because of the restrictions through COVID. Nevertheless, they made the effort to come here. What we also said is that for anyone who was not able to participate, they were able to issue written statements, which I know China did, and we're very pleased that that is now available on the UNFCCC website.
Coal? Any more lady here in the green that's had her hand up back? You see? There she is.
Sorry, I do this all the time. I mute myself. Yeah, you all should know. How long was I talking? So I picked those clips because they were illustrative of the whole thing, really. This was the press conference, and they were asking questions. And as Poppy had noticed, I got my audio back. Come on, guys. It can't be that bad. I just have a little forgetfulness. It's hard. I should never put myself on mute, but would you rather hear me slurping coffee? Gulping it and slurping it in between. Okay, Earth to Sandy. I've been good for a while. How long was I off? Just a minute. And so you got to look at my lips. That's good for practicing lip reading, right? If we have any followers that can't hear, they can certainly read my lips. Okay. So, yeah, I know your messages are delayed. I try to look at the best way to do this so that there is not such a big delay, but there's some problems when you have less of a delay, then you lose some quality. At least that's what I've found out with my settings. But I might do another, maybe I'll do another test, which is what this started out to be. All right, so next we're going to, before I go on to the other articles, and then I have a treat. You know what I think? The first thing we're going to look at is from the Financial Times. And this was, how livable will the Earth be in 2070? So we have gone from fragility and existence and what it means and put food for thought for all that. And now we are looking at, we're looking at 2070, right? Okay. So let's see if we can watch this thing. Up to a third of the projected global population of 9 billion could be exposed to temperatures on par with the hottest part of Sahara, according to research by scientists from China, US, and Europe. Okay, so that is, they're talking at the COP, the things I was listening to were everybody talking about keeping it to a 1.5. 1.5. It's like we have to reach this goal, 1.5. It's pathetic that they're even saying it, okay? But this was, let's see, this is an interesting little tweet here. So under the most extreme scenario, the southern U.S. states, let me make this big enough for you. Okay, the southern U.S. states would become much hotter, particularly those that border the Gulf of Mexico. Central America would bear the brunt of the increase, with up to 20 million people living in mean annual temperatures of 29 C. Mean annual temperatures. And big regions of Canada and Alaska would experience warmer conditions by 2070. These areas are now largely uninhabited and projected to remain that way without factoring in migration. Large areas of the Amazon forest in Brazil, along with surrounding countries, Peru, Colombia, Venezuela, would be virtually unlivable. About 59 million people would be affected under the most extreme scenario. And remember, they're talking about 2070, but population has not stopped. And I suppose if we get to 10 billion and it is 2070, then all those born after a certain date are just born to die. And it's sad, it's horrible, and it could be true. And COP, all of the things that they are promising or want to promise in these countries are pipe dreams if the oligarchs don't get on board. And the oil companies are already so entrenched. Absolutely entrenched. Europe is the only continent to avoid mean annual temperatures exceeding 29, but large areas of Scandinavia, eastern Russia, and countries bordering the Mediterranean could still expect to see temperatures increase by up to 5 C under the worst case scenario. And all that stuff is there, and they have their research. And Africa's population is predicted to experience a population explosion in all the shared socioeconomic pathway scenarios, doubling to almost 2.5 billion people. About 80% of Nigeria's predicted population of about 477 million would suffer from extreme temperatures. So born to die if something doesn't change with population and the way that the world is going, and religion is pushing and for no birth control, for women's rights to be eroded, just baby makers. They're looking for baby makers. Just look at Texas in the United States. Asia's population is predicted to swell to more than 5 billion, and a large number of countries would face mean annual temperatures in excess of 29°C. Worst affected would be India, with more than half of its expected population. Now, the one thing I want to ask about this in the Financial Times, I didn't go back, it's how livable will the earth be? But the question that's missing, and may be in the whole article, is how livable will it be with what? A, if we do nothing. B, if we eliminate the burning of fossil fuels by 2050. What are the criteria for this? Let's see, because it's making me a little uncomfortable. We don't know how. Okay, so let's look at the actual article. Climate change could bring near unlivable conditions. But where does it say what those are? Let's see. However, the rapid reductions in greenhouse gas emissions could have the number of people exposed to such. The good news is that these impacts could be greatly reduced. Okay, here we go. If humanity succeeds in curbing global warming, said the study co-author Tim Lenton, climate scientist and director of Global Systems Institute at Exeter. I liked the Twitter. The Twitter was cool, but as I was going through it again, I'm asking myself, well, wait a minute. Yeah, this could be a scenario, but this is the scenario of what? Because you can't have a scenario without treating, it's almost like an experiment. It's actually using models, and it's qualitative in a way, because if it's quantitative, you can't get data from the future without models. Whether or not that's qualitative or quantitative, I've never asked the question. Any scientists out there want to tell me, go for it. So researchers, I'm not going to read this. Scenarios. These are the scenarios. That's what I was looking for. That's what I thought maybe you guys would really want to see, the scenarios. So to visual in this, the different climate scenarios and 3 population projections are set down by the IPCC in its landmark report assessing climate change. So to visualize how livable the earth will be in 2070 under these conditions, these scenarios, the Financial Times, and by the way, did you see one of the question, maybe I didn't show it, but one of the question askers at the COP clip I had played was from the Financial Times. They paired population projections with each climate model and mapped them across 6 continents. I really think that the Twitter page in the beginning should have. All right, so they said the global population of 9 billion. That's all they left. They didn't give you the options of the different models. So let's see. They talk about different societal trends, including population, economic development, governance. Oh my God, these are all big things to research in and of themselves, including, and they do not already account for how people will react to climate change. Wow. Exactly what I said. They're idealized futures. But that's common practice with scenario analysis, which is really not, it can't be quantitative. It's qualitative. They are all possible while sometimes reflecting extreme cases. Using several widely diverging scenarios together help capture the range of uncertainty. So they've got their little RPC. This, I think this was from the IPCC. These different, like, our 8.5 or 4.5 aims to stabilize the radiative forcing at 4.5. I don't know if watts per square meter. This compares with, okay, ppm. It's keeping the ppm down. Can you imagine? What were we born at? Well, I must have been born at, who knows, the way I'm as old as dirt. I could have been born at 250 ppm. All right, so let's get to the pictures here that they had put up on their tweet. What suitability for human life? Low sustain. Looks like, wow, that's pretty wild. 2020. They say look at all the colors up that are not suitable for human life. Hi, Jen. Okay. Interesting stuff because it's cold. All right. So I think I'm done with this. I think we're done with this, but at least I'm showing you, some interesting things. This, how, and it has the variables that they would, that's what I wanted to find were the variables of, ooh, that doesn't look too cool. Annual mean temperatures that could humans could live comfortably. I'll put it in the show notes. You can look at it yourself. I do have another article, but I'm not going to go into this one right away. I might not. We're getting late in time. Current climate commitments are weak promises, not yet delivered. All right, but this was written on the 26th of October. So it's already November 3rd, and we've had days of COP. So I have been listening ad nauseum in my headphones while working outside, which has been another whole bunch of stuff. I don't even know if I have any pictures to show you of any of that. We're going to move on. Let's hope I don't get a copyright. I wrote to this gal. I don't know if she's written me back. I could actually look really quickly. What I'm doing is trying to give her some views. She actually played with the Moody Blues. I can't find this stupid email. She's amazing, actually. And like I said, I don't know if she wrote back. I don't think so. Well, I'm going to take a chance, even though I already have a copyright strike, which really does suck. And I have to be super careful. But I want to show you her music. Okay? It's really nice. And I have it in the queue. So get ready. And I'm going to turn off everything and enjoy this.
I've been waiting for the flood to come. It's been a long time since we had one. The grass is
hope you enjoyed that. And I don't think I'll get a copyright. Yes, she did perform with the Moody Blues. It's on her. No, stop. Let me show you, because I'm going to contact her. I want to talk to her. Maybe even we'll have her on as a guest. This is her website. Cheryl Foster, that's her Facebook page. I want you guys to definitely subscribe, okay? So you subscribe to Cheryl, and I put this in the show notes, and you can read all of that. And then I think here's her website. I joined the mailing list, so this is where you can get her music. And see, she has, excuse me, guys, 1 second. Yeah, let's all sub her channel and look at her music. All the monies collected are donated to animal charities. The Humane Society, Cuddly, Wildlife SOS, Savvy Dog Rescue. And in her, if I can find it, this is some of her music. Okay. I was so happy to find her, and I wrote her at the last minute, and I hope she doesn't have one of those stupid this is some of her music. Sorry. If one of those dumb YouTube police bots on there, because I don't need another strike. I'm already on kind of like a watch until December, and I really should be here. Trained as a classic oboist, Cheryl freelanced around Los Angeles Basin for nearly 20 years, playing with well-known artists such as Yanni, Dudley Moore, Natalie Cole, John Denver, and the Moody Blues. And I will tell you, I think that I saw her because I saw the Moody Blues in Buffalo. They are my favorite band on the planet. And I saw them in Buffalo after Ray died. And Ray Thomas died. He was the flutist and writer of the Moody Blues, and I cry when I listen to their music, now. So I can only listen to the Moody Blues when I want to be depressed or when I want to make myself feel miserable. They are just bring out, and the Moody Blues, I wish I could play their songs. The Moody Blues music, if you listen to the words of Lost in a Lost World or anything from To Your Children's Children or Seventh Sojourn, so many of the words written back in the 60s and 70s apply to now. Everything we are doing. And I will say that the Moody Blues really captured the humanity of... It captured humanity. I wish I could sing. Clouded by... I know every word to every song. They are like ethereal. They are ethereal. I love them. But to finish the story, I think she was playing in Buffalo with them, because I remember seeing them with their new entourage after Ray Thomas died, and I was fixated on the women. Just of the flautist. There was an oboist. I'm almost positive I saw her in Buffalo, and I'm going to write her again after the show, and I'm going to send her a link, and hopefully it's not a copyright. Let's hope. So I thought that was really nice. Long Distance Voyager, that's your favorite. Oh my God. If I would love to write to, but they wouldn't let me, and do a whole hour on the Moody Blues and pick apart the lyrics. Maybe we'll just do the lyrics and I'll just sing it. And we could pick apart the significant lyrics that completely match what humanity is going through. Always and forever. Has never changed. Watch the lights fade from every room. Yeah. Yes, we did get snow. That's the back of my house, but I think it's all melted by now. Yeah, it's all melted by now. I'm almost done with everything. I don't think I put my... Oh, well, I do have that for you. I did that. Let's see if I should put, yeah, clang, clang, clang. Let's do some more, let's do this one with this. Yeah, these are the last orders. Oh, guys, my gosh, it's been a good show, even though I was really upset because my computer crashed twice, and it was all because the dumb cats actually took the plug out, and I didn't know it, and it just crashed everything, and even the visual of my software on my secondary screen was horrible. So, you know, there's always something to make me crazy. All right, guys. Well, anything else? Let's see. Oh, Question is your favorite song? Oh, my God. That's a great song. I even had a Moody Blues song as a song in my high school book. I'm never going to lose your precious gift. It will always be there waiting. And I know I'm going to find my own peace of mind someday, some way. Woo! All right, guys. It's been a really good show. And I'm going to make coffee cups. I didn't want to make merch. I really didn't. But I'm going to get the coffee cups done. I keep saying it, but I'm in so many different things all at once. All right. Let's see. What music do I want to pick to close out? Thank you for coming. Don't forget the buy me a coffee and all that hooey. It's in there. You know, what is it? Become a member, blah, blah, blah. I hate doing this part, but it helps. So thank you guys. And we also are going to go to Cheryl. Don't forget Cheryl. All right. So I'm getting up 55 minutes. I'm less than an hour. Perfect. All right. Farewell.